Hello everyone, thanks for coming back. Or if it's your first time clicking on my video, thanks for checking it out. Just so you know, I'm a random dude. I enjoy true crime. I enjoy watching trials. I just figured I'd put my opinion out there in case anybody gave a shit. So, if you're feeling inclined, please hit that like button. I know it's fucking stupid. I know you hate hearing it every time, but it really does help. Also, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be doing a weekly breakdown of the trial of Lucy Letby happening in the UK. Remember, Lucy has not been found guilty and everything is allegedly. These are going to be my own words and my interpretation of the trial going on. This is going to be for entertainment purposes only. Alright, so let's get started. Week 2 began on October 17th, 2022. The prosecution is going to mainly focus on Child A and Child B to start out with first. They're going to they're going to detail everything that happened with each of the babies from birth up until the alleged attacking or the killing of the baby. So it's alleged that Lucy killed Child A, which was a baby boy, on June 8th, 2015, and then attempting to do the same with his twin sister afterwards. They heard statements from both parents telling their side of the story and everything they experienced. They brought in an intelligence analyst named Claire Hocknell to take the jury through some of the evidence. A lot of these people are going to be showing up multiple times throughout these videos. They're going to go through to each child in order to testify and give evidence to, like, Child A, Child B right now. Then they're going to move on to Child C. Right now she's going through records and charts detailing what nurses were working and assigned to what babies, what records were made of the babies, which room the babies were in, so on and so on. Then they showed some text from Lucy to her colleagues and told of how she did multiple searches for parents on Facebook. There were statements from Dr. Gail Beach, Dr. Andrew Brunton, Dr. Sally Ogden, and a doctor that was just a trainee. These doctors were all involved with the birth or the care for the babies afterwards before the alleged deaths. They detailed how the babies had issues, being that they were premature, but they were otherwise in stable condition and they were doing fine. Next, they brought in Nurse Melanie Taylor. She was on duty the day after the twins were born, and she looked after Child A. She told the jury her accounts from the day and how the baby was doing fine and he was in stable condition. She then went into how the baby died and everything that happened up until then, and the fact that Lucy was the one standing over the incubator. Then they heard from Dr. Christopher Wood. He helped with inserting a long line into Child A. Next up was a nursing assistant, Lisa Wood. I wonder if those two are married. Anyway, she just told of her recollection of how the neonatal ward was at the time it all happened. Then Nurse Joanne Williams came in. She was assigned to Child B at the time. She told how she helped with Child B and how all through the day she seemed to be doing fine and was in stable condition. The last day of week 2 started with Professor Owens. He's a pediatric consultant at a different hospital, Great Ormond Street Hospital. He reviewed most of the cases involving the allegations against Lucy. Right now he's discussing the postmortem exam of the Child A and how they found gas and air inside the baby places it shouldn't be. I think it was including in front of the spine somehow, and how what they found was not normal at all. He said the findings would have suggested things like an infection, such as sepsis, or maybe a car accident, or infections in the organs, and how it was very rare to see a death like that. Defense suggests the cause of death could have been from the resuscitation efforts. If they were giving him CPR, they could have moved air around on the inside of him, or it could have happened post-mortem. So the next witness was a senior neonatal practitioner, Carolyn Benson. She was there when the babies were born. She gave evidence of the status of the twins at birth and how they had the expected issues, being that they were premature. They expected them to have some problems and they were going to end up in the neonatal unit, but they were pretty stable and in otherwise decent condition. This one also helped with resuscitation efforts on Child A. Then they brought in another nurse. This one I could not find a name on. I'm not familiar with English law, but probably some kind of evidentiary rulings, but she couldn't be named. She was the shift leader of the neonatal unit that night. She helped with life-saving efforts and told how she had never seen a baby look like that. She was speaking about the blotching and the discoloration that showed up on the baby. She said he looked very pale, like very pale white, and had purple, bluish blotches all over. And she told how it was very strange. That is the end of this week. So please remember, these charges are all allegedly. Lucy has not been found guilty. Please consider hitting the like button for me. I know you don't like hearing it every time, but it really does help. Also, please consider subscribing. I'm going to keep going through these and doing quick little recaps each week. I might just do the longer videos anyway, just to have up in a playlist. So if anybody feels like listening to me ramble, ramble on for a while about these trials, they have that option. But don't forget to tell me what you think about Lucy in the comments. If you think that she did this, or if the hospital's just using her for a scapegoat. All right, everybody, take care.